Before we start, can everybody stand and give a moment of silence and recognize the suffering and the cry in Ukraine? That we pray and we wish that our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and in Russia will come to a peaceful end, so our brothers and sisters over there could have a more peaceful life. So他被说的话要以后我给要做这次生做被要我还地内了也得被要内要做lúc đấy thì Ukraine theo lúc đấy thì Russia但是他到我做thì những vì do cái cho bên kia tôi cho lúc đấy trở nào kia thì bên do ý hậu của cái cho thì tự sinh thì thọ có cho nhất rồi thì Ukraine là một vài sau sai là cả bên do tín năng trong một cái thọ sinh sập là của mọi công việc đó này thì thọ sẽ nói hậu please bow our head moment silence. Thank you. Watch out. You may be seated. Thọ sẽ rồi tập. Yo te pipi pero ne hadia lu kong ho Hmong American Day yo lu kong ho tua ho chân san lu no e chi mo lu Hmong Day na na e pe mo na ya pe tu thai cho yo Hmong American Day ya ka ba ni tu tua lu kong ho na la tao day la ni da pe wo bo yo ho day la ta si mong si mo pe tu chia la tu thai cho ku to cho pe che la dia lu pe ya long la dia cú hù đượcว่าเดี๋ยวยี่จุดบ้ายากนะเดี๋ยวต้องจอดไปเชื่อเลยเดี๋ยวเราการยังเป็นตัวจอไอ้โรงเชียก็หาตัวต่อนอเทียมอหนึ่งรูแมงหมอกว่าเป็นตัวเธอตัวเราเป็นกล่องรูนอเดี๋ยวชิมอลูกของมงอเมริกันเดย์เป็นชิมอมงเดย์เดี๋ยวเป็นชิมอลูนอเทียสตาร์เดย์ยังชิมอจะดูจะเปลี่ยนเลยเป็นมงว่าเกี่ยวนั่งว่าใหญ่เราหมู่ไปยังจีจะต้องอีกต่อโปรแกรมแล้วนี่ลูกของหอตรงนี้เป็นลูกสามเซ็นเตอร์ที่เซ็นลูกสามที่เซ็นเตอร์我就จะเงียบแล้วเราบ้านเราไปว่าเป็นลูกมองเตะลูกนอนนั่นเดี๋ยวเชียร์เทียเป็นเรื่องของใช้ฉันเราไปพวกจะตัวจะไปมองเอาตุนจูปลีแล้วรอจะโดนเตะหน่อยไปมองเฉยไปมองชัยอย่าโดนดวงคัวอย่าไปมองตุนจออย่าโดนตัวเตะไปมองตุนจ้าไปเจอชัวตุนจูปลีแล้วเดี๋ยวตัวไหวปอคือบอกอย่าไปมองอย่าเลยตัวโอกีเทียตัวใหญ่อยู่ไปเฉยมองก่อนดีก็ไปเสด็จปอเดี๋ยวไปชาร์จตุนจ่าเทียLater, you will see the two murals representing the many type of Hmong shamanism, and of course, the two most powerful spiritual forces in the Hmong traditional belief is in land, the tiger, and in sea, the dragon. And you will see the mural out there from the Hmong Shaman and Earth Center here in St. Paul. So, what chúng tôi nên sử dụng đây, cũng có biết rất nhiều sự hậu lỡ, cụ thọ cá lò trở nên nói thiệt. Stand Nyonda Bay to Council member of the councilwoman Nelson Ya Lu office. Bay mong gì chỉ mua lù tàu hay gì thì tụi to sành nhất rồi bay thay trả thêm trả cho bay tôi nhon nó nè. Thì lúc nọ là cũng mua cái qua là hay là mua thọ bay sành cho xua sải trả nọ chia nó là gì nữ tụi bay miệng là thì qua tụi cho tụi bay thay chờ là thì lúc gì lúc rõ nào của họ chỉ không cái gì nếu cũng mua ít tu gì là được xuống địa yang Christianตัวอยู่มวยอีจันเราจึงแจ้งตัวอย่างเราเป็นลงมาเดียนู่นนอเราต่อไปจ่อแต่นู่นนออย่ามองนู่นเดียที่เขาต่อใจ Christian equal surprise probably the biggest surprise in Hmong history today the reason why we have Hmong Day okay you can see the sign behind me a lot of people have messaged me why you chose the Hmong Latin writing and not the English spelling. The reason is, again, we have the physical aspect of it and we have the spiritual aspect of it. So, in this case, you have the Hmoob that you could enunciate and you could spell it out in Hmong, which is Ho, Mo, Mo, Ong, Ishia, Hmong. Để cho nó luôn xuống Hmong nè, ở đây là tiếng Hmong, chỉ một số Hmong nhau họ bên nhận tàu ý cho trở lại cái họ Hmong là thế nào vậy? Cho nên bây giờ sĩ luôn nó, ta sĩ luôn bên nó bên Hmong nhân ý chữ sĩ là phổ thông tôi chỉ biết thôi là, ta sĩ bên đây chỉ bao để bên luôn bên họ Hmong, ấy thọ bên từ đó, tôi bên lúc đi chờ lọt chùa tôi một đôi tới chờ thay. 被我给讨，还给个拿居民家，我给到巴被蒙，那天蛮怒还点，蒙也冷的，那去包蒙，到好像好了到达。แล้วตัวเดนูว่าจะจะหัวหลอดจัวถอยเจ๊จูบัวเราอยู่ยี่เจ้าเราจะอยู่จีเดอแล้วจัวเปาลูเบแมวซึ่งแล้วจะเปาลูเบมองเอลินูนาโรเซีย we're happy to have Lino here who has single-handedly helped promote this name Hmong to the American government so that they could spread it to the media to the public. And now, today, 40-some years later, people come to know us as Hmong. So thank you, Lino, for embracing us and surprising us with your presence here today. It is an honor. So today is as much as Hmong Day. Excuse me. That's your day. So. The reason why Hmong was chosen, the name has to be promoted because I believe, if I'm not quoting any of Lino or any other U.S. personnel word, the male people were too primitive to resettle in the U.S. Là cái bên Hmong phong cá hơn, bên luôn nâng trò cá hơn, bên tôi nhớ tới chuyện bị cả nơi yếu nhót tàu. Để chỉ muốn lái đồ là một kia để biết tôi chỉ tàu tới chuyện nào nè nè ấy còn nên cho cá được ấy đúng nó do tập bên bề đúng do tập bên để bao giờ sử dụng còn muốn là tròn trà của bên tôi nhau tới chuyện nào tàu nữa nè thế ta là sao bên tôi nhau chuyện nào former Governor, Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton declared, we not only remember the past, but we will celebrate the present as we prepare for the future. Okay? You know, not don't share more của atu phong như gỡ sơ tu kỹ gỡ tàu kỹ tôi nhớ đâu lúc năng vào mang nó gỡ là một tàu tôi kỹ vào mang chỉ bây giờ nó nên nó mẹ chịu ra Here Brianว่าก็หลอดเยอะก็รุ่นนั่งรุ่นเล่มน้อยเดียวก็เนี่ยก็สิก็ป้าก็เลยจ่าไอ้ก็เดียวว่าตัวรุ่นนั่งชิวๆแต่ชนอหลอดมุงเยอะป้ออย่าเดียวเจอป้อต่อเยี่ยลีนอกนั่นน่ะลูกมีการจะ professional soccer play Evelyn, Brian and Matthew will share their story with their family briefly so we'll not wasting so much time at this time I'd like to hand the mic to Chris and see what the proclamation from the Council of the City of St. Paul has to issue or has to proclaim today as. So here you go, Chris.
If you could present that to Lino, and Lino will give you a card. This is Lino's day.
Okay. Dù share đó, tôi chào ở đây có biết nói gì. Tại là tôi chào cho xin anh, cái đầu xin anh của cơ đầu chờ Lucy theo chú xây bên Ward 6 office tôi cũng này trong nó group mấy hồ Chris Xiong của sở kế họ council member Neng Xiong lu Ward 6 office tôi nhiều tôi sở kế tôi sai east side nó để听讲nó giờ听讲để sai để lúc nó tao thành tôi chỉ tao đó cho bạn người mua lên của bạn tôi sẽ hay lúc nó người mua ở bên khỏi event để tôi chỉ tao thì của tôi nó giờ tôi sở kế nữa để của hai ô lùm mông theo lùm ăn ký để ở đây chấp nhận để trong xe mông nu nữa cho nên ít种để种gì theo cho nên tôi cũng biết nó Hello everyone, distinguished guests. I would like to first say thank you to Neng Xiong and Hmong Day Committee for having myself here today. My name is Chris Xiong and I'm here on behalf of Council Member Neng Xiong of Ward 6 Eastside St. Paul. And we are in Ward 6, so welcome to Ward 6. And just want to wish everyone a happy Hmong Day today as well. So I will be presenting the City of St. Paul resolution that all 7 council members have signed and have put into the date proclaiming May 14 as Hmong Day. So I will present this to Lino and I will read it off too as well of what the resolution says. Whereas May 14, 2022 marks the 47th anniversary of the evacuation of General Vang Pao and the Hmong people out of Long Cang. And whereas that day led to the introduction of the spoken and written name of Hmong to the United States personnel working in Thailand and the U.S. government. And thereafter, the name Hmong was recognized and used in the U.S. official documentation of the Hmong people. And whereas many Hmong refugees and their families took refuge to the U.S., and today over 80,000 Hmong Americans are residents of Minnesota. And whereas Hmong refugees settled to the United States to escape war, political persecution, and discrimination, to find opportunities, and to better their lives and the lives of their children. And whereas a majority of Hmong Americans have settled in the city of St. Paul. And whereas Hmong Americans have helped build a vibrant and diverse St. Paul, contributing culturally, socially, politically, and economically to our city. And whereas former Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton proclaimed May 14, 2013 to be Hmong American Day in the state of Minnesota. And whereas the Hmong American Day Planning Committee seeks to establish a standard using the namesake Hmong to remember those whom we have lost and to celebrate and recognize Hmong contribution to their current home, no matter where it may be. And therefore, be it resolved, the City of St. Paul hereby proclaims May 14, 2022 as Hmong Day to recognize and celebrate the history, culture, and contribution of the Hmong Americans and the Neng Hmong in Minnesota and the City of St. Paul. Thank you.
Lionel, would you please provide a few remarks for your audience today? After all, you are the father of Hmong American. You are the father, the founder of Hmong American, so please give your blessing.
Excuse me, Chairman Long. I want to start by saying how moved I was that you chose to remember the events of today in Ukraine, because we should always look to others who are less fortunate than we, and today it's certainly those in Ukraine who need our support, just as the Hmong needed our support years ago. Yes, today is indeed the 47th anniversary of the second evacuation day by air out of Long Cheng. And the sad part of that is that only a small portion of the Hmong who wanted to come were there. And even that was an uphill fight. The rest had to come out as refugees later into their own power. Some months later, after the fall of Long Cheng, we met with some representatives of the various Hmong clans at Bandinai, and we asked them what would they want to do with their lives, and most of them said, we would like to retake Laos, west of Sayaburi, west of Mekong, Sayaburi. We said, and they gave us a list of weapons. And we said, no, we're not in that business anymore. And I'm from the State Department, not the CIA anyway, but it's not going to happen. So what is your second choice? And they said, well, we would like to maybe be around in Thailand, but we have to all be in one place. And Thailand had a lot of communist insurgents then, so you will have to give us weapons to defend ourselves in Thailand. We said, no, this is not our country. This is the Royal Kingdom of Thailand. That's not going to happen either. And the Thai won't let you stay for the long term. And then our third choice, they said, thought these things out very carefully, even as refugees. We'll go anywhere in the world where all Hmong people, they didn't say Hmong even then, where all of we people can stay together. They said, for example, we understand you have reservations for Indians and other people, indigenous in the United States. You could all go as one group to that place. And I said, no, that's not going to happen either. That's not the way we resettle refugees in this country. They have to all be dispersed, and you can regroup. There's no law against that, but you cannot go in one big clump of people. We're not set up to do that. And finally they said, well, at the very least, could you please start referring to us as Hmong, not Male? It's really their idea. I had no idea of the word Hmong either. But they said, at least for our dignity, we should have our own name that we choose, meaning free people or free men, and I said that much we can do. So from that day on, in all our reporting to the State Department and the White House, we referred to them first of all as male, parentheses Hmong. The second cable, it was Hmong, parentheses male. Third cable was just Hmong. So that's why nobody would know the word male in this country, just Hmong, and we're very proud of that. We just took that decision as young officers in the U.S. government, and it turns out it's stuck. So even older Americans who served with the CIA in Laos for a while said, "Who are these Hmong people? We thought with the male." And I said, "No, they are Hmong. They always were." We always asked the older CIA guys, "Why couldn't you at least call them by the name they preferred? How come they were known as male the whole time?" I think the answer is maybe partly because the French called them male, and partly other reasons. But the least we could do at that point, it was very uncertain what the future would look like for the Hmong in Thailand. But the least we could do was to honor their wish to be called by their proper name. So yes, it's particularly gratifying to see a Hmong day here coming out from all that. We always predicted that the Hmong, although they had come from the higher elevated forested areas of Laos and far away from so-called civilization, that they would be able to make the leap because they're so determined and hard-working. But many people in the Congress and the government said, no, they'll be better off staying in Thailand. Even the CIA, which had sponsored them during the war, basically was saying, good enough to fight for us, but let them stay in Thailand. Eventually they'll be absorbed slowly by the Thai. That was never going to happen. Still hasn't today. There's still Hmong who left from the camps in those days who are still not full citizens of Thailand, still stateless inside Thailand. So that was a false theory, and ultimately those of us that put together a small program decided that the Hmong would have equal chance and that they would do very well as any of the other Indo-Chinese, and you've proven that. So in a way we have to thank you all for being so successful and showing that you've adapted so well. So let me close by saluting you all, and it's been my privilege to be able to help in a small way to get the process started. So thank you again for sharing this wonderful event. I'll be with you in spirit always.
Thank you, Lionel. So, as Lionel said, without Lionel's work and one other very important documentation, actually was written in French, but Dr. Yang Dao's dissertation was sent to be translated.
Let me say that, right? But to add to that, there's so many people to thank, but I visited the Hmong in Nampong. I wasn't involved in Laos. I fought the war on the Vietnam side. But when it came time to start the program, I was selected to run the whole program for the area for Vietnamese, Cambodians, Lao, and Hmong. And nobody thought of the Hmong as candidates for resettlement, but I insisted with Jerry Daniels and Mac Thompson, we try to make some time to see the Hmong within Nampong. And even then it was only good luck that the plane I was supposed to go on was early, so we decided to run down by car and catch the train to Bangkok from Phnom Penh. That gave us a few hours in Nampong. And up comes this book. I think Young Dao himself was way back in the crowd. Somebody passed me his book. And I said, my gosh, I speak French. And I said, here's a book about the Hmong. And we'll have to get this translated right away so explain to people who the Hmong people are. And I took his copy. I think he was quite concerned he would never see the book again. But we took it and we had it immediately translated by the CIA. It was one good thing they did. Within 2 weeks it was back in Thailand in English form and became the chief piece of evidence that the Hmong had a rich history and rich potential for the future. So I salute Young Dao. And of course I mentioned Jerry Daniels and Max Thompson in passing. They were key members of our team, our small team, for handling everything that the Hmong needed to resettle. But yes, Young Dao's book was absolutely key.
Thank you for that brief history. And just so everybody know, and sorry to put you on the spot, can go back? This is Dr. Yang Dao's oldest daughter, so thank you. and Lonza Sheldon, and there is Dr. Yang's son-in-law. So, Neng Xiong thì mua Dr. Yang phong đã sau đã lù phát kỳ là giờ đi phong đã sau ra bên mong sư, thì là đi mua phong đã đến xa là tích cho nó xài cho chỗ lù ăn kịp, mà đã ba xa tua sẽ để đến mà lấy trả bao hay thì chỉ là mèo đó giờ mong cứ vậy cho nên nhỏ là chủ sĩ nhỏ đôi cái đến là đến đây thì là tiền bao tiền sĩ bên lúc bên mong gì lúc đó là thì tôi trong đầu tôi đọc từ giang đầu thì từ do đến đủ là chơi bên mong lúc đây thì các bên sẽ được bao lần thứ thì bên lúc bên mong những nhỏ là một tổ chức này của trong lỡ nó chỉ lúc bên mong là nhiều bao nhỏ đôi cái bị cả nó chỉ đầu一些就过下就记得老师，也例如呢，别的蒙努，搞背书的话叫做对家来举的请教了，你叫做的，也蒙努，你要努地个老，现在碰到保了，这这些，我哋努力家系啊，要数多努呢，数鸟单机嘛多单机中多，那样，也例了这这些领导了，也别的努呢，那别的叫阿做。lu thì có bao lu chỉ là tôi trong cái chuyện của xã hội chỉ là giờ lu thì là phần lớn giờ thì sẽ hiện đấy ở đây chẳng thì cái mô có thể của bên lu nó thì nó sẽ giàu. So thank you so much, Madam Chair. Would you like to have any remarks for the audience?
So I just want to thank everybody, and I just want to thank everybody for taking your time to come and join us for Hmong Day. I just want to thank Neng for putting this show and this thing all together. So let's give him a big round of applause for making this day happen. Thank you.
Thank you. And nói cũng là tao lúc bé mà giờ vì mua bé là nói thêm một nói này thì trong đó. And now for the new Lionel, I just want, before you go sit down, I just want to welcome some of your success work and story. So with us, a family that has raised 3 professional soccer players in this country. So with that, I'd like to invite with Matthew. Okay, Matthew, yeah. Okay, and then and then Michael, right? Oh, Brian. My goodness, my brain. So Brian also have a brother. Michael, right? Okay, Michael too. I've been practicing their name for all this time, and now I'm brain dead. So please invite the 2 parents also, They and Sue, one of my high school classmates, and then also the 2 soccer players come up and shake hands with Mr. Lionel. Without him, we would not have life here. So, yes, soccer player, professional soccer player, and this is one of the parents. Okay. So, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Lionel. Thank you, Ka. You guys may be seated. All right. So, Lucia, talk about how more than Lucia, may be put away, and then long, all the done idea. You have reached out to here, take your heart, chỉ tàu, cái lúc này nhất định nó thì cái chỗ ba sơ tàu bay tu, ít tu chỉ tu chỉ ở tu nó, để lo buồn giờ bao thì nó,我哋就落係啊，人就會死了呢，rồi nói giờ tàu nhiên nó thì tiếc rồi nè, cái cả sẽ được họ lông xe tiếc hạt tiền, bây giờ mình tụi mình nhiều, chỉ hai cái đó chỉ nè, doesn't matter what you support your children to do. As these 2 parents promoting their son to become professional soccer player in the U.S. And only imagine 40 years ago we were refugees from the mountains of Laos, and now we have our own children playing professional soccer in the U.S. Nowhere else but in America. So here to hear their story, let's welcome Tay and Sue with their son Matthew and Brian. So welcome.
First, I just want to thank Uncle Neng for inviting us out for Hmong Day, and happy Hmong Day for everyone. My name is Brian.
Yeah, my name is Matthew Yang. I wanted to give thanks to Uncle Neng Xiong for hosting us and allowing us to have an opportunity to tell our story and to celebrate Hmong Day with all of you guys as well. So I guess I'll start. My name is Matthew Yang. I played collegiately, earned a scholarship as well, and I'm currently playing professional soccer in Wisconsin, sort of Milwaukee Wave. It's a little bit different from your traditional outdoor soccer. It's indoor soccer. It's kind of like hockey, but with soccer players. It's quite a different game, but it's interesting and it's fun for everyone. But yeah, that's just kind of like what I've been currently doing, play soccer professionally. And I just wanted to first start off with what Hmong Day kind of means to me. So Hmong Day, obviously, without being said, there's a lot of things that obviously happened in the past in our history. But so everything that everyone's been through, my parents, your grandparents, Hmong Day is a very special thing to me. And I use it to motivate myself daily to see things that they've gone through and sacrificed to be here, what you guys have been through, and now what you guys are providing us, this platform for us to speak on and just tell our success stories. It's truly beautiful and what motivates me to just keep doing what I do every day, whether it's playing sports or just being a good person and a great father. This is actually my son here too. But yeah, I really don't have much to offer in terms physically, it's just my experiences and what I've been through, and maybe my knowledge of the game and the path I've taken, and the support that I've been given from my family and my parents. And I think it's a thankless job being a parent. But I wouldn't be where I am without the support of my family and my friends.
I grew up here in St. Paul, and I just grew up playing for a local team created by my dad, and my dad just gave a lot of the Hmong kids in St. Paul a place to play, and eventually I just moved on from there to another local team, which allowed me to earn an athletic scholarship to UW Green Bay, which we had a very successful 4 years there, and after my senior year, I signed a professional contract with a team called Michigan Stars FC. But overall, the main goal wasn't supposed to play professionally. The main goal was just to use soccer as a resource to go to school and get school paid for. And just playing pro at the end was just a benefit and a reward for me. But I don't play professionally anymore due to injuries and other circumstances, but every day I just try my best to give back to the youth players and try to guide them in the best way as possible and to share my experiences along the way, and hopefully it motivates them in the best way for them to perhaps reach a better career than me, or just to go to school and play at the collegiate level.
All right, I know you guys living the dream, but if your fathers didn't dream the dream, you will not be able to live the dream. So, Father, please, come on, share your dream, okay?
One of them are.
nhớ rồi lúc bây giờ thề con bây giờ Brian cái Michael gì nè raising professional athlete is not easy. Okay, it's a lot of money, dedication, countless hours. So you have to be driver, you have to be the psychologist, you have to be the trainer, the coach. So it's not easy, but you can do it. I remember 頭先佢俾直落俾 play， 俾你俾自己去 support 俾你有嘅，有陣就慢到啲，有冇回應，有落機。But 有啲啲就比較啦，we can use sport as a vehicle
to go to college. And that's how this young man earned a scholarship to go to college. Okay, learn it's a land of opportunity. And we can use sport to earn a college degree. Okay, and some of children today invite me to cho bên đầm cho nên sai cho nên khóa and ra nó là happy Hmong Day. Okay.
Nhưng mà bây giờ mẹ tiểu tí mẹ cho cha mẹ pháo của luôn cũng muốn tao lúc đây nè của lúc đây rồi thôi sự trẻ tao bên lao mà phử thì nó tìm bé người ta có price rồi có từ là do đó chính là từ trẻ tôi cố rồi chỉ một là hao nữa tức là trẻ tôi cố trong xã ở đây thấy hàng bé chợ nặng gì nó bé chỗ là một sáu bé chợ nhiều nó là chỉ ý họ chỉ dùng gì tức là cho thấy như tàu ha tức là họ chính như họ ta thì bé chợ nhiều của nhà đỡ này thì bé tàu bé tôi bé chờ nó lỡ này thì bé tôi ta mà là lại nó có thể có tôi thời gian bé là bé món này nhỏ bé sẽ lại số bé chờ nó thì bé tôi tàu luôn đầy món bé tàu nó mà ta bây giờ lý đều có tôi phải tội in nó thế nè thì thế tôi chuẩn bị thế tổ tăng thơ cái tổ kể cái luôn đầy mỏng là cái bữa sau là ô cái tôi chuẩn bây giờ nói cái sao mua nông đầy được quá nè giờ hôm nay nó mua nông đầy nó giờ bây giờ đặc gì là cái tổ thơ giờ bây giờ nhiều có mua sự kiện một số là cái tổ thơ tất cả đều là thế hàng nếu chưa dùng gì cái chỉ hở hình chỉ nhắc ra hình đầu thả cho xích với lực hà nếu lên nó thôi rằng thì tao phải được có thằng nếu lên nó đã ô lên chẳng sẽ phá tao được cái công việc gì để tại vì từ giờ ít họ tại cái con nào gì thì cái tàu ô xứ ít họ tại cái mất sản tại là rồi là bên nhau bên chờ là bên nhau bên chờ nó là bên chờ cái này lao lúa bên nhà từ cá xin giờ là bên tu họ tu nhiều xin đào là bên tu gia đình thì tao họ bên tôi xin rồi họ bên giờ tôi được kia là bên tao xin rồi sang họ ha của anh này nên trong họ có một số kể một số liền bên tao là họ giờ ba nhà ôi chỉ là bên tao hết rồi giờ tôi hiện tại là bên phát sản là ô bây giờ cô nhà nó chỉ dạng đó đấy chứ cái chủ số dạng chứ đặt tên nó có khắc phục được cái lúc đấy mong giờ trong này chẳng cái này mong nó cái trong món nó về thì chẳng có ha có cho cái này cái còn một cụ bé tất cả một tiêu thụ ta cái gì món nó về nhau tôi đặt tên nó ha còn họ yêu cho họ là họ xứ if I think the more cái dạng có sự anh nó cái họ ta cái sao là ô cũng mua nhiều lên nó giờ bán lên nó sao có là trang rồi thì cái nhau nó cũng mà nên chúng nó thằng rồi tao có thì rồi nó tôi hay có đâu chỉ rồi ta có tôi nó chỉ rồi cái tôi tiền đó tôi sao cái chỗ tăng đó thì ở tôi một phụ mấy tôi nó giờ rồi ha mẹ tiểu ha thì mấy cổ lắm ấy hai thầy thứ hai chỉ nó sẽ là tao ấy nên phải cái nhớ tới chờ nó giữ chủ cho rồi trong phải tao có chồng I think so, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. This is my grandkid, so this is my yeah. Soon you'll go, I don't get the whole thing, yeah. I hope so. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Can we get a round of applause for the two families? Okay. Rồi share để này lo đủ rồi cái cầu in nó chúng ta chỉ chúng ta để ta bảo thơ nó hạt tiền chúng nó Matthew, you came here with your family to help us celebrate Hmong Day. So we'd like to issue you this certificate of appreciation for you to remember by that you were part of this event, okay? And also Michael, right? Nice.
right. But he also Hey Brian, this is also a certificate, a testament of your presence here today, help promoting Hmong's success story in America. So thank you so much for attending. So what's on that? Thank you. You guys may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
节目好，就奉献都给你多跟国路共好，我把也把这个给你的领导，有的呢，把的好了，弄天一个国路来去啥都背了，可背的包天，还了背来去背的把考上了，这个有啊，我 program 了也有个说，给考毛考给你，模拟家里给，我们讲的 cultural healing 呢，这里叫耳部 healing 了，耳部也不给巴了。 You know, share the Dr. Tracy Warren, the principal research scientist, the Lu National Network of Public Health Institute. Here, Emily Costello is the program manager. From the Lu National Network of Public Health Institute. This is Saka, the Lu, 把在被的呼吁了的被一种针对多种被路呢要蒙路，每天的watch的节，团队的节路。So everybody, we have a round of applause welcoming Dr. Tracy and Emily to St. Paul, Minnesota. We disappointed because we have such a nice weather. We should have a snowstorm. More faith. There you go.
Thank you all. We're very happy to be here, and thank you all for allowing us to come and be part of the healing today and to see the community caring for each other. It's a deep privilege. Thank you all so much. And it's just great to see all of the work that we've been hearing, reading about, and seeing in person is for other levels. So thank you so much. We are very pleased to be able to bring stories back to our partners at home and to the CDC, to be able to share the stories of the community, to be able to make sure that these are visible in the national narrative, and that we can help reach out to communities and meet people at their needs.
Well, thank you so much. So for those of you who are focusing in health, remember, it does not always have to do with medical. So cultural healing, spiritual healing, any other energy healing, or any other non-medicine, and only non-modern medicine, could be traditional medicine too. So these are the two people to connect. If you ever dream about going to that field of study or that sort of a career in your life. So thank you so much. Thank you for being part of us, and have a very joyous day, in Hmong Day, as well as the weather in Minnesota. So thank you so much.
Midwest Outdoor, New York National Hmoob, DNR, DNR 去被做给我系下中下做民众运动，我们还得给农者的那天了，有冇给许多农者，lần thứ họ đón农者到了要到民主同意当干的天那被有冇民主来干的天，我讲到我给农学到了，但是嘛，从历史的情况真的是，我到了这个现在包的叫多车被弄到这，那到一点到我找嘛，就是都公被弄到了呢，也叫公好都弄到都八被弄到，我弄到路，我哋还的路第一就要。路Hmong Midwest Outdoor 的，ที่ต้องหมู่ยา McAllister College 路 Education Department แล้วตัว access เลยที่ survey ก็ไปมองเดี๋ยวไปชี้ยอดจั่วเราเดี๋ยวชี้ได้เกี่ยนอได้เกี่ยเต๋อตรงเลยชี้ได้จ่าโดนจ่าเราจ่อโดนจ่อหรือจ่อลังลัวตัวสา包จ่อเดี๋ยวไปมองชี้ได้รู้เจนอชี้ได้จ่าเราอยู่คอเลยจ่าแต่ลิผีไปมองสักกี่ชี้เนาะนะไอ้ก็ได้เชื่อว่าจีเดียเป็นยอดอินูอีจ่าตรงตู้นะจะไปใช้อีจ่าด้านหนึ่ง who had the lunar the cash lamu going to dollar don't do and lunar the cash law na này thì lamu chia cả tổ mông lý cha chỉ mong cái lý cha là những việc trong tu gì mong gì biết ở trong gì biết bí nó trong tu gì biết cho movie nó sẽ sai nè gì lên đây mùa có tư là tất cả tua tổ gia trong tu nó biết sai movie. So tonight we're going to be showing a movie right out here in the background here. So we'll start showing the program at 7 o'clock. So no matter what you do today, please come back in the evening. So I guess from now on, if you have time, please stay here with us. If not, feel free to wander around the vendor. But before we go, I'd like to offer this special offer to all the vendors here today. Anybody want to introduce yourself and present your service today to the audience, you're welcome to. So please, welcome. You guys wanna? And you have to speak Hmong. All right. So here is Dr. Dan from McAllister College, one of the main sponsors here today. And he would like to also seek our opinion how to best use parks such as Bailey Park. So here's Professor.
Thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me, and it's an honor to be with you all. It's an honor to be here on such a nice day. And I have to say, what a festival this has turned out to be. Good work. Incredible. So I'm Dan Trudeau. I'm at McAllister College. I'm a geographer. Geographers study human-environment interactions. And we are in an incredible environment right now in Lake Phelan Park. And so I have a project that I'm working on with the Metropolitan Council. The Metropolitan Council manages regional parks like Lake Phelan. We're interested in understanding how people experience public parks. So the project that I have is called Seeing Lake Phelan Through Each Other's Eyes. And the goal is that I get to talk to people who will wear a GoPro camera like this. And we'll go around and they will show me how they interact with Lake Phelan. Tell me about the ways in which it gives them joy, the ways in which they feel drawn in and included, and because parks are complex, the ways in which they might feel frustrated, or the ways in which they might feel turned down. So my hope is that I get to talk to people today. I will be in a booth, or I should say a tent, near the trail. My hope is that if you're interested or you know someone who is, you can take half an hour to give me a tour, wear a camera, and I will honor your participation, your contribution with a gift card. And so we can spend some time together. If you're interested, let me know. I'll hang out a little bit. I'll also try to drum up support out there. And just as a reminder, welcome to Lake Phelan on behalf of Metropolitan Council. Lake Phelan is a regional park, and regional parks are for everyone. So thank you on this day.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much. And next we have one of our main sponsors from Tri-lingual Cinema. Bring your team. And they're the one responsible for showing us the movie tonight. And one of their mission is on mostly focused on the east side of St. Paul, to really bring people back outdoors to enjoy the entertainment that we used to. So here's your team.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Jordy Flonks.
Hi everyone. It's an honor to be here with y'all. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Ishmael Kadar. And together we run Tri-lingual Cinema. Tri-lingual Cinema is a non-profit committed to hosting free or low-cost film screenings in the east side of St. Paul. And we're dedicated to working with the Hmong and other filmmakers to help their movies reach a larger audience. In the past, we've shown films by directors such as Moa Lee and our board member, Ken Veng. We look forward to deepening our connections with the Hmong filmmakers and the broader Hmong community. Our ultimate goal is to open up a brick and mortar movie theater here on the east side. We want this space to reflect our entire community, and we also want it to become the premier destination for Hmong cinema in the Twin Cities and the whole of the United States.
So tonight we are excited to screen Vampire Reborn, starring international action star Yenka Her. In this exciting action romance, an undead warrior vampire, awakened after centuries, searches for the love of his life in a changed world. A Q&A with the creator and star of the film, Yenka Her, will begin at 7 p.m. Just down the hill by the meditation sculpture. down there. The film starts at sundown, which will be at about 8:30. The movie is rated PG-13 and is about 90 minutes long. I want to thank Tianang Bang for putting on this event and having us here. We got to do the last Hmong American Day too, and it's one of our favorite events to do for sure. It's a joy and an honor to celebrate Hmong American Day with you all, and we hope to see you at the film and the Q&A tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So again, this opportunity is offered to all of us here to help promote Hmong Day. You brought your service and your product, so well, thank you for coming in. And yes, tell me your name again, please. Barry Noble is from the Learning Center of Eastside Learning Center. So thank you so much for coming.
I want to thank everybody for inviting us to this. We participated previously before the pandemic, but I'm here representing Eastside Learning Center. We work on the east side of St. Paul. We do tutoring for kids in the grades K through 3, and we do this in the schools. We also have an online program, but we'd like to get back into the schools where we're needed. We recruit volunteers 55 and older who have time to spend at least 2 days working with students in the schools. We do all of your training. We're also sponsored by AmeriCorps, and if you qualify, you can receive an honorarium from your volunteers. Yes, my co-partner, Shua, let me wear her waistband. I love the art. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of this. And again, we're inviting all the vendors, but anybody in the audience you want to promote or share this story, you feel free to. Okay, so anybody coming up next or would like to represent themselves? Okay, here is a relative of mine from Metro State. So those of you that are still looking for graduate work or after high school life, here is the chance.
Nhớ rằng tôi cho Monday sẽ tôi cho organizer tôi sẽ nên sẽ phải cho sự đó lúc nào bây giờ là Monday buổi sáng chế ở Metro State University để mọi lúc trong nhá đó để mọi cái information nhá đó Metro State University là yêu check and appreciate nhá đó trong simple nó thì nên mua cho túi chân sai xã tôi cờ rồi xã tôi đó cho vài sự hỗ trợ cái của mua cái nhà dùng trên nên cho túi chân sai là của tao để mua cho nó nhằm mong để cho mong để cho gì sẽ trong cơ đi của ấy tôi hỗ lử cho được để cho nó hiện sẽ nên tôi để rút thì bộ nhá đó ấy bên này sa bảo đó cho nó làm bút thả rồi tới mua cho cái sự cái nhắm bổ sung như vậy nên làm đạt đâu một trăm
đó đấy. All right, anybody else like to share your story? Today we're gonna have the vaccination handled by Minnesota Department of Health and Hmong American Partnership. Is the team from Hmong American Partnership like to share any news? Any greeting? The other group is the Midwest Hmong Outdoor, responsible for today's wildlife education and fishing contest, along with Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. So stay tuned. Again, if you guys want to share your story, feel free to come up. Otherwise, enjoy the day. We We're going to have fun, a full fun day, and later vaccination start at 1 o'clock. So those of you that have not have your third or fourth shot, this is your chance. And when you get your shot, you're going to get prizes, $50 gift cards for Hmong American Partnership, and a bag of rice from the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Minnesota and other organizations. So thank you for all the vendors and all the relatives and friends who participated in today, our Hmong Day in Minnesota. So welcome you all, and any of you would like to speak or have any performance to entertain anybody or everybody, you are welcome to chat with me and to do so. So again, thank you, and happy Hmong Day 2022 to everybody. So thank you so much.